Alright, what's happening, y'all, man? We gotta talk about it. Some rumors on the net, man. This Tua to Washington thing. Y'all know me, man. I had to look into it. And of course, I'm gonna give my big time opinion on it, whether we should or not. You know, everything comes with a price. What price are we talking? You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna talk about all of that, of course, but before we do, just make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell next to the subscription button so you get a notification immediately. And every time I release an informative and heavily opinionated video just like this one, of course, make sure you check out the rest of the channel. I'm giving y'all double uploads today. Man, I mean, it's just a lot going on. Like I said, I gotta keep giving y'all content, and of course, check out the rest of the channel. All of my videos are organized in playlists. I even have a comedy playlist for all of my funny videos. Again, please check out the rest of the content and make sure you are subscribed. Without further ado, let's get it. Alright, so first of all, this all started with some live stream radio show or something. There's some source that's close to Nick Caserio saying that the Texans and Dolphins discussed trading 3 first, 1 second, and 2 third-round picks to send Deshaun Watson to the Dolphins. Then, you know, after that, the Dolphins have Deshaun Watson and Tua. They don't need Tua, especially after you trade all of that for Deshaun Watson. There's no chance Deshaun Watson isn't your franchise quarterback. So now, what are they going to do with Tua? Well, added to that crazy source rumor, whatever is going on, it's possible that Tua could go to the Washington football team for a 2nd round pick. What? And then on top of that, they said if this happens, it may even happen as soon as Monday. That is crazy. The fact that there's a date on it scares me because that makes it sound a little bit more believable. I'm still not really believing in this. I don't really see it as worth it. Again, I'm gonna give my opinions at the end, but I think it's purely just a rumor. I don't think we're really for real looking into that. But if we are, that Monday kind of deadline thing scares me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. But all right, but first of all of this started because Tua went to the injured reserve after an AJ Bonessa hit. It was a pretty bad hit too. Tua's ribs got injured. Again, he's on the injured reserve. And honestly, the Dolphins were 1-0, and Tua only played like 4 plays in that Bills game before that injury. So he was actually looking pretty decent this year. I'm not gonna lie. He had big ups and huge downs last season, some flashes, some also terrible plays, and he's been injury prone since college. But he actually started to look like he was putting something together until he got injured. And now, again, he's on the injured reserve. Jacoby Brissett is starting over there right now against his former team, too, in the Colts this weekend. I mean, I think one of the biggest problems for the Dolphins is their offensive line. Their offensive line is really bad. I didn't expect Tua to stay healthy behind that O-line anyway. But a lot of people, especially a lot of Dolphins fans, feel like Tua is not necessarily the problem. Because, again, he actually looked pretty good to start the season out. 1-0, looked good in that game, and got hurt very early in the Bills game, so they couldn't even get a chance to see what he could do. And that would just be crazy on their part to spend a 1st on Tua, to only get a 2nd back, and then spend all of those draft picks on Deshaun Watson. Whoa. And I don't know how they're going to fix their offensive line after you give all of those draft picks away for Deshaun Watson. If you really give away 3 firsts, 2 seconds, and 2 thirds, what draft pick are you going to find some franchise offensive lineman? You're just going to have to eat up in free agency, I guess. Hope Deshaun Watson can recruit some guys. Other than that, I just see Deshaun Watson having a lot of the same problems he had for the Texans in Miami. Miami has a better defense, but that's really about it. But me personally, it's all about price. If we're talking maybe like a 5th rounder or later, sure, why not type of thing, even though I want to give Taylor Heinicke an honest chance at this franchise quarterback thing. I want to give him a set few games to really go out there and show what he can do. Again, it's hard to even count some of that Bills game because you could tell he wasn't playing how he wanted to play. You could tell the coaches told him to be more conservative, play more within the confines of the offense, be more of a pocket passer type of thing. And then once he started to finally play with his own personal play style, the gunslinger, backyard football, all of that, he started to let loose and he started to make more plays. Granted, he still made some mistakes even while giving you that gunslinger mentality, but he played better like that than when the coaches were in his ear and they were telling him to be conservative. That just isn't his play style. He would be better off suited if he can learn how to play with that play style, but as of right now, that's not him. So I want to get a full nice, large enough sample size of Taylor Heinicke before I'm ready to just go and try somebody else out. I mean, we already know Kyle Allen isn't the answer. So as of right now, with Ryan Fitzpatrick out, Taylor Heinicke is our only hope. But even so, like, bringing in a Tua, that just completely just cancels out Taylor Heinicke's chances. I mean, of course, I guess they would make it like it's a QB competition, all of that political stuff and coaches talk, and that's how they would talk about it and discuss it as far as press conferences go. But I know, like, behind closed doors, you trade a second for Tua, a second, you're assuming he's a starter. Maybe if you trade a fifth, like, again, if I'm willing to do a fifth at the highest for a Tua Tagovailoa to take a chance on him, because even then, I mean, a 5th round pick for somebody so injury prone, and it just hasn't worked out. I'm tired of having injury prone quarterbacks. First of all, let's start there. And then another team's trash trying to turn them into our treasure hasn't worked out necessarily either. Even more recently, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Alex Smith, I'm good. I don't want a Josh Rosen situation over here. Again, Tua is just so talented that if we can get him for anything less than a 5th round pick, try it. But again, even then, I feel like Taylor Heinicke deserves a certain amount of games to show what he can truly do. For real, I honestly do. I'm not even the Taylor Heinicke is going to be our franchise quarterback of the future. I'm still trade up in the 1st round if you got to get your guy. I'm one of those. But I still feel like Taylor Heinicke deserves the right to go out there and earn it. I would definitely prefer to draft a quarterback. First of all, because, you know, they evaluated him. They had the chance to get Tua right there. Joe Burrow went, and it was either Chase Young, Tua, or Justin Herbert. And there's a rumor going around, supposedly, we liked Herbert more than Tua. So if that's true, that's good to hear. That's good to know that we evaluate quarterbacks well. We looked at Justin Herbert, we looked at Tua, and we preferred Justin Herbert. If we didn't go with Chase Young, we were going to go with Justin Herbert, but we went Chase Young because it was just like the more safe pick. It was the more obvious pick at the time, especially. Hindsight, I mean, it looks ugly right now, but then Chase Young was like this you can't miss prospect. Justin Herbert wasn't good in college. But the fact that the burgundy and gold liked them coming out of college shows that, you know, they know how to evaluate quarterbacks. Maybe they can repeat that same magic this upcoming year, but actually take a quarterback. That gives me more trust in this organization to find the right quarterback in the draft. So that's just even another reason why I prefer to get our own quarterback in the draft rather than trade for a Tua. But again, it depends on the price. I'm not doing that 2nd round pick at all. Whatever people are talking about, whatever that rumor is, I'm not doing a second. But if there's a chance we can get him for a late round pick, why not? It's the potential of a franchise quarterback or a guy who may not even make your 53-man roster. I mean, like a Derek Forrest who hasn't even played yet. You know what I'm saying? 5th round picks aren't that valuable. 6th, 7th, you can still get guys like a Cameron Curl. You never know. But at the same time, if there's a chance that you can get your franchise quarterback, even as injury prone as he is, if you can get potentially a franchise quarterback with a late round pick, why not, in my opinion? But again, I'm not doing that 2nd. I'm not doing that 3rd. I'm not even doing the 4th. Honestly, if we're going to trade for a quarterback, you might as well get the guy that you know for a fact is going to ball out, and that would be a Deshaun Watson. But since Deshaun Watson is going to Miami, you know, I think we're pretty much good here. Because at this point, it seems like Aaron Rodgers may even stay longer in Green Bay. So it just seems like getting a quarterback in free agency or through a trade is dead. You're going to have to go draft one. And then that's even funnier, too, because Fitz left Tua for his own starting opportunity here because he was tired of being the backup for Tua, and then for him to get hurt and then Tua to pull right back up over here to him. Oh man, I know he would be sick. I know Ryan Fitzpatrick would be staring at Tua like, yeah, man, leave me alone. But yeah, man, that's just my quick thoughts on that. Please get in the comment section and let me know how you feel about everything discussed in this video. Please like this video if you liked it, if you learned anything. And as always, man, I appreciate all of the support, man. Big shouts out to everybody that donates to the channel. A special shouts out to all of my sponsors, especially my Pro Bowl sponsors, whose names you see scrolling on the screen right now. Please let me know how y'all feel about us potentially trading for Tua, and not even just trading for Tua, but potentially giving up a 2nd round pick for Tua. Please let me know. I'll catch y'all later. I'm out.